Hello there, good people. Welcome to It's a Shaw Thing. I'm your host, Rob Shaw, here to talk a little fantasy football. Time to get you caught up with what you might have missed in Week 11 in the NFL. Let me just tell you, there are some shocking and startling games to be played. This is what we came out of it. 3 players moving up, 3 players coming down. First, at quarterback, Matt Castle shocked the Steelers. He was fantastic in this one, throwing 2 touchdowns, 248 passing yards on the season. He hasn't been spectacular like he was last year when he had back-to-back 400-plus passing yard games, but he does have 12 touchdowns compared to just 6 interceptions. A relatively risk-free start. Matt Castle's a player moving in the right direction. A player fading is Tony Romo of the Cowboys. What's going on here? The playoffs haven't even started, and he's already struggling. He only threw for 158 yards this weekend, did throw that big touchdown at the end to win against the Skins, but at the same time he also threw an interception. Something has gone awry for that passing game, and I'm very concerned about Tony Romo. Next up, we move to the running backs, and the player moving in the right direction played a while ago, actually on Thursday. Ricky Williams, in his first start now that Ronnie Brown is injured, was fantastic. You look at his numbers from Thursday, very impressive. 119 rushing yards, a couple of touchdowns there, 1 receiving. Ricky Williams is the man now in Miami. You better get to know him. He's the guy that's going to get you the big fantasy points. As far as a running back moving in the wrong direction, that has to be Brandon Jacobs of the New York Giants. Whatever happened to this guy? He was fantastic a couple of years ago, leading the team to the Super Bowl. Then last year did all right, but this year he's taken yet another step in the wrong direction. Most recently, 39 rushing yards on 12 carries against the Atlanta Falcons. Did score a touchdown, so he offered some value, but this is a guy who's barely going to reach the 1,000-yard mark this season. Next up, as far as wide receivers, guy moving in the right direction, Terrell Owens, welcome back to the NFL. He was huge this weekend, came into the game with 366 receiving yards on the season with just 1 touchdown. What does he do in Week 11? How about 9 receptions for 197 yards and his second touchdown of the year? Looks like him and Ryan Fitzpatrick have something going there. Look for Terrell Owens to finish strong. And then we finish up with a former teammate of his, Jason Witten, again with Tony Romo moving in the wrong direction ever since T.O. called out Romo for concentrating too much on his good pal Witten. Both those guys have really struggled, and Witten this year, well, he hasn't had as many as 60 yards receiving since Week 3 of the season. Most recently, just 43 yards on 5 receptions against the Skins. All is bad right now for Jason Witten, so keep an eye on that situation. You might want to go with a guy like Kevin Boss, most recently with 2 touchdowns for the New York Giants, has been fantastic compared to the struggling Witten. Well, my friends, that's all for now. We'll talk more fantasy football tomorrow while we get you caught up with the news and notes. Until then, have a great Monday.